Zdravím a vítajte. Today we're going to be going from Bratislava to Trnava to continue the series of videos where I go and visit the 8 major cities in Slovakia. And Trnava is supposed to be like a college town. There's 2 larger universities in Trnava, and there's a lot of history. There's supposed to be cultural landmarks like castles, historic buildings, things like that. So I'm gonna go over there and check it out so that we can all see it, and I'm just gonna have kind of a casual trip there, maybe get some food, something to drink, walk around and show you what Trnava looks like. So let's go ahead and get on the bus, head to Hlavna Stanica and make our way over there. Here we are at the Račianske Mito bus stop. I'm gonna see which bus I have to take to get to Hlavna Stanica, so let's find out. Alright, so either 71, 61. So 71 is coming in about 5 minutes, so let's go ahead and wait. Alright, and here's 71. Alright, and we're here again at Hlavna Stanica. So let's go inside. And I actually didn't buy a ticket yet, so once we get inside, I'm gonna go on my phone and buy a ticket real quick. So let's get inside first. And of course, there's the vending machines again. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go to the upper floor just for a wee bit of privacy while I figure out the ticket. It's a little bit quieter up here, so it's nice. Alright, so I just bought my ticket, and it said that the train was going to be arriving soon, in about like 7 minutes. And as I'm looking at the departures, I can see my train, but it doesn't say which platform, so that's a little concerning. So I might just go out there and try to see if I can figure it out. So let's go. Okay, so here I am waiting to figure out which train to go on. And I don't know if you can see it there, but it's 2 minutes before it told me which platform to get on, so I have to get on platform 4. But man, talk about last second. So let's go to platform 4 so that we can get on the train. We literally have 2 minutes, that's so funny. So let's go.
A Trnava pravidelný osobný vlak železničnej spoločnosti Slovak. A Trnava pravidelný odchod 9 hodín.
That's so funny how last minute it was that they let you know what platform it was. It's not like this for most of the trains, but this one was like literally like 2 minutes before I knew which platform to go to. It told me. So anyway, we're here now, so let's wait for the train. All right, I see the train slowly coming.
Express 626 železničnej spoločnosti Slovensko zo smerom
Alright, let's get in.
Bratislava, Hlavna Stanica. Osobný vlak železničnej spoločnosti.
This is pretty badass. I didn't realize it was double decker, but this is the view from here. And well, I'm gonna go ahead and just relax now and let the train do its thing, and then we'll be in Trnava. So. Now that the train has gotten going for a bit, I wanted to show you a little bit of this train. It's different than any of the other trains I've been on. This one is smaller. You can see how narrow it is, the hallways. And this is like a double-decker train. Like, as you saw when we were going up, there was some stairs, and there's an upper floor and a bottom floor, so I think that's kind of cool. Here we're at another station. All right, so we've made it to Trnava. That train was interesting because it's a double-decker train, and I haven't been on one of these before. So there was like little steps going up to the second floor, and the hallways were much more narrow. And I think these trains are probably used for the shorter distances, because from Bratislava to Trnava, I looked it up, it said that it was like 46 kilometers away, and that is about 29 miles. And this train ride was about like 42 to 45 minutes long, and I saw other train rides that were shorter than that, even like maybe 30-35 minutes. So if you wanted to have a day trip, you know, if you're coming from Bratislava visiting here and want to go to Trnava, this would be a very easy day trip to do. So let's go ahead and get out of the station for now and see what the city looks like. So here we are in the lobby of the train station in Trnava, and of course there are more of the coffee vending machines, regular vending machines, things like that. And here, let's actually, before we leave the building, let me show you a little bit around the train station. So there's a lot of shops. Like here is a cafe. You can also buy things like cigarettes, some drinks, in like a quickie kind of store here. And there's even other shops. Like, what is this here? Maybe this is like a money exchange, or no, I'm not totally sure what that store is, but and then there's a bunch of ATM machines here. So if you have a Slovak bank account, you can easily use that, and it also works for normal Visa cards, but there might be a fee. But yeah, let's go up the escalator to show you the upstairs part of the train station. So as you can see there's like more waiting areas. I mean, there's plenty of places to sit here. If you need to speak with someone, you can speak to someone over there about like tickets and things like that. And as you can see, this train station is a lot more plain Jane compared to the Bratislava train station. There's it's smaller and there are less things here, but it's smaller, but it still has this very similar feel as the one in Bratislava. So let's go outside now. right, so here we are in Trnava. Now, I don't know exactly where to go first. I'm gonna check to see what's maybe is the closest landmark that we can go to. But the train ride over here from Bratislava, it was gentle, it wasn't too long. You could easily come here and have a day trip if you wanted to. But let me see what is gonna be the best and closest landmark that we can go to first. And we're gonna visit certain parts around the city and maybe later on get something to eat. So let's go check something out. So first we're gonna be going to the city center. As I was getting up on this bridge to cross the street, I saw this view and I thought it was kind of cool. It's definitely is a city view, but I don't know, it's something to appreciate. It's humble, but it's cool. I don't know, it's calming. That's something I was just thinking as I was kind of figuring out where we're gonna be going first, is that, you know, for these cities that are in Slovakia, like other than, you know, Bratislava and Košice, I still haven't been to Košice, but while they are the 8 bigger cities in Slovakia, they can still, in the grand scheme of things, kind of have like a smaller town feel, like not like a tiny town feel, but I guess what I mean by that is that, you know, not every city has to be something so large and so grand, and you can still find the beauty and find the comfort in cities with, you know, could be the design, the people, landmarks, anything that, you know, you can find some sort of like enjoyment or comfort in. So it's a cool, quaint town. Here's an overview of the intersection. So yeah, that over there is the train station, and we're walking along this way to go to the downtown area. I think that's one reason why I do like this city, Trnava, and maybe other cities in Slovakia and even smaller towns, is because they aren't so grand. And what I mean by that is literally like they aren't so huge, like they're not larger than life. No, it's very down to earth, real. I'm not saying that they're like terrible or anything like that, but you know, not every city has to be like this huge super amazing, larger than life place. Like not every city has to be or is gonna be like, you know, Prague or maybe New York City or something like Dubai. No, it definitely doesn't have to be like that. This is it kind of has like a cozy, comfortable vibe to it, and I think part of the reason why is because a city like this can be much more relatable. Maybe most people, you know, most people might not live in like a huge city like Prague or New York City, but this you can almost relate to the city in a way, and maybe the people living in a city or a town like this, because it's not necessarily more simple, but it's just as maybe more humble and a bit realistic with like how the city's laid out and like, you know, what it has to offer. And sometimes the good thing, or you know, if you want to look at it this way, the positive thing about a smaller town not having so much to offer is then the people within it tend to have a stronger bond between each other, because you know, if there's not much to do, then you have to chat with your neighbors, or maybe, you know, your family lives in the small town or something like that. So smaller communities tend to be more tightly knit, is what I'm trying to say. But another thing is the fact that there's a rather large like brick wall here, and that again just plays into the architecture in Slovakia and Central Europe and just Europe as a whole. I really like the like that classic and historic architecture of castles, and like big castle, like large castle walls and things like that. Because of course the United States has its history, but most of the buildings, especially modern buildings, are made out of like wood and maybe like metal sometimes, but you don't really see stone, you don't really see brick, and that's something that I do really appreciate about a lot of the buildings here. And now we're going to be entering essentially the castle walls of Trnava. So I came to a part of the city center where there's almost no one. So perfect for me. Now, this is something that you'll see a lot of. You'll see a building with a wall that looks like this, and then right on the other side of the street, it looks so new and looks freshly painted. So there can be that, you know, stark contrast of a new building that's kept in, you know, well kept and kept in order, and then a historic building. Well, it certainly looks like we've reached the city center. There is a monument right there. But yeah, you can see that there is a very large clock tower right here, which is really cool. And there's a lot of like cafes and, you know, places to get food all over the place here. So that's gonna be obviously typical for any city center, but and again, for those of you who saw one of my more recent videos about 4 useful phrases in Slovak, the term for toilet, there it is. Someone commented saying that it's not vese, but it's like wese or something. Maybe I'm still mispronouncing it, but that's all right. You'll see that a lot of the buildings here, they have a lot of character. They haven't really changed the style. It's not modern, but that's good, I think. I like it. A lot of the buildings are painted different colors, bright but light colors, so they have a very light, airy look to them. Then, if you're in Slovakia or any other country where the language is not yours, if you just look around, and if you're curious, and if you have a translator like on your phone or something, you can learn new words. Like, for example, this says Založnia, and I don't know what that means, but once I type it into Deep L, Založnia, it says pawn shop. So that is a pawn shop. Also, to learn some more Slovak, when you see buildings that say this on them, na prenajom, that means for rent. So there's no business here, and the address is for rent. So a notable landmark in Trnava, at least according to Google Maps, is this building behind me. It is called, let me check. It is called Kríž Boží muka, and that means the cross, the passion of God. So if you weren't aware beforehand, but I think it's well known that Slovakia is a predominantly Christian country, so there is a strong Christian culture in the country. Well, I came back to the city center because I wanted to show you this landmark. Now this is the Mestska Veža, and that just means city tower. So you can see its design. It's fairly detailed. It's quite cool. Well, I'm gonna continue walking. We're gonna see what else we can find, and it looks very obvious where we should go, because if you look straight ahead, it's designed for us to move forward. So let's go forward. Actually, real quick, there is a place up here called Obchodní dom Jednota. I think it's a shopping center, so let me just walk through and see what's inside. So there's a lot of stores in here, There is a tienda, drugstore, some supermarket, and other stores in here. So I'll just have a quick walk around before I head out of here. Well, it seems like I've ended up in a clothing store, so I don't have much interest in here, so let me get out of here. Well, I guess while it is just a shopping center, it's not too interesting to me, I guess, but I do kind of want to showcase what a Slovak shopping center looks like, because I know that many of the viewers of this channel are Slovak, so they might not find that inherently interesting, but I think for everyone else in the world, especially the States, you might think that this is kind of cool. So let me just walk around here to show you what it looks like, and then we'll go down the escalator and get out. But you know, it's nothing too different from the States, but just the overall style of things is different. Well, that was a goofy little side adventure into basically what was like a mini mall. But for now, we're continuing to walk down that street that I showed you earlier, like the one where it's very straight, and you know, there's buildings and the towers in the background. But what I want to do right now is I think I should find a cafe and maybe get some coffee and just kind of chill for a moment, because, well, I just want to chill, and I could recharge the battery on the camera for a bit, and then I will see, you know, that'll give me a chance to see what else is in Trnava so that I can show you. Well, the funniest thing just happened to me as I was walking around trying to figure out where to go next, and I wasn't recording. Someone who watches the channel actually ran into me and, you know, introduced himself and kind of did that thing. So that was kind of cool. That was kind of neat to meet someone who actually watches the videos that I make. Anyways, it was nice to meet you, so I'm glad that you enjoy the channel. For now, what I want to do is I want to find a cafe to go to, so I kind of just need to sit and chill for a bit, and I might end up recording a bit with my phone. So let me go see what's going to be a good cafe that I can sit at. I think this looks fine. Head on. Well, I just ordered a cappuccino, and this will be a good time to just relax and chill. So I got myself a cappuccino, and that's something that I have to say about Slovakia, and this may be true for like most of Europe as well, but in Slovakia, they definitely have really good coffee. There's even, you know, some like, not just espressos, but like different, I guess, style of espressos that you can't get at every single cafe in the States. Like some can be not just espresso, but espresso lungo, espresso doppio, flat white. I think flat white is really good. But yeah, not to say that it's impossible to get in the States, but it's just is less common. I'm gonna enjoy this cappuccino right now. That was a good cappuccino. Just wanted to take a bit of a break over there for a bit. So for now, we're gonna be going to the two universities here. I may have mentioned at the start of the video, but Trnava is a college town, or you know, it's kind of more known in Slovakia for having like a really good college. So I think there's like, is even like 3 or 4 colleges, but there's definitely like a main 2. And the first one is the University of Trnava. So we're gonna be going there first, and then I'll show you the second main one. So here I'm in a small courtyard that is just outside of the Trnava University. So the building is quite modern compared to most of the other buildings in Trnava, and I don't know if you can see it from here, but it says Trnavská Univerzita. So here's the facade of the college, and it looks nice. I'm not going to go inside. I don't really have a need to. Maybe if anyone wants a video specifically on the college, then maybe I'll come back and do that, but I don't think it's necessary to go inside. But I just wanted to show you the outside and the surrounding area around the college. So like, again, as you can notice, the building, it looks quite modern. Honestly, it doesn't seem to have like too much character to it, But then the surrounding buildings are again quite classical. So again, there's that stark contrast of modern and classical architecture. All right, now let's go find the second primary university here. And here's the second college. It is called Universita Cyrila a Metoda v Trnave, and that's is basically meaning like University of Cyril and Method in Trnava. And I will have to do another video that goes a little bit into the history of Cyril and Metoda, because honestly, off the top of my head, I can't really say too much. But they are two very important figures in not just Slovak history, but all of Slavic history. Very influential, and I believe they standardized like the Old Church Slavonic language, which is kind of like a parent language for the Slavic language family. Something that's kind of interesting to notice is how it says bibliobox. I'm sure you can guess, but biblio is meaning book, so it's kind of similar to how in Spanish to say a library it's biblioteca, and it's you know it's a similar word. It's like is a Latin word, biblio, for book or library. So kind of cool. Again, I'm not gonna go inside of the university. I know it's probably public. I mean, the library may be public, but I'm not a student. I don't have a need or a purpose to be in there. I don't want to bother the people in there, so we're gonna move on. Well, those are the two primary universities in Trnava. Now, as you can tell, I didn't really go into too much depth talking about them, because well, I just wanted to show you them, to show you what they look like and kind of where they are in Trnava. And there was someone who commented on the Zilina video, just kind of asking like, hey, can you go into more detail about like, you know, what is the lifestyle there like, job opportunities, things like how much is rent. And I want to talk about those things, but I think I'll do separate videos for each of these cities, because well, these videos, you know, we're kind of just hanging out, we're just chilling, walking around town, just getting a first glimpse of what the town looks like. And I think it'd be better to talk about all those things in just a separate dedicated video, because these can already get kind of on the longer side anyway. But for now, we're gonna go to one more landmark, and then after that, if I feel hungry at that point, then we will see if there is some kind of traditional Slovak food that we can get someplace. So let's go. I just ran into another fellow who he said that he has a channel, or that he makes videos or something. We didn't really exchange info or anything, but if you see this, keep doing your thing, and maybe even post your channel in the comments of this video if you come across it. So well, I just walked into that church that you just saw, and I gotta say, it's very peaceful to just sit in a church for a few moments. The interior design and the artwork on the walls and just everything, it's very beautiful. It's very well crafted, very finely crafted, very detailed. And I know a lot of people aren't religious these days. I'm not really myself, but it is still nonetheless peaceful to sit in the church, because it's so quiet, and it's very airy, and there's just this calming sensation. So anyway, I'm just gonna take a quick personal walk through the park, and I'm gonna figure out where we can maybe get some food. I'm not terribly hungry right now, but I'm thinking by the time we get to a restaurant and there's some Slovak food, I mean, how can you say no to good traditional Slovak food? So So it took me a little while to decide which restaurant to go to and where to get food, but I found one that I think will be a good choice. It's a little bit of a gamble because the pictures on Google Maps, they didn't necessarily look bad, but there wasn't so many, and it honestly didn't look like the best place either. But it had really good reviews and said that it's like a very old restaurant. Like, it's been around for like 20-30 plus years. So I figured that's where I'm gonna get really good Slovak food. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk over there, and we're gonna see what the food is like. Well, I think this is it. Let's see. Dobry. All right, the original place that I was gonna get food at, it didn't feel like a restaurant as much as it did like a deli, or maybe it's just as more of like a Slovak thing where you just kind of eat real quick while you're standing up. I decided that I'm gonna get food somewhere else, just from like a to-go place. And so there's this place here that looks kind of good. Let me ask them if they accept cards. Dobry. Acceptuje karty?
Prosím?
Do you accept the card?
Áno, áno.
Áno, dobre. Môžem poprosiť naša verzia na slano?
Brinzový?
Áno.
Páči sa.
Aha, dobre, výborne.
Páči sa. 6,20 to bude.
Dobre.
Takže karta.
Áno, karta.
Páči sa. Ďakujeme pekne, dobrú chuť.
Dobre, ďakujem. Pekný deň.
Aj vám, dovidenia.
Aha, so this looks tasty. So I think that place is called Trnavský šmarn, and I don't know exactly what this dish is. I will have the name of it up on the screen, but it looks like the place, they primarily have a sweeter version of this, and there was different toppings like fruit, chocolate, caramel, and more. But I'm not really in the mood for something sweet. I wanted something savory, so it looks pretty good. So it almost looks like potatoes, but it's not. It's something kind of, it's like a halushki, or it is halushki. So let's go ahead and try this here. Let me set this down over here. It's gonna be more stable. Ooh, and look at that cheese. It has like onion, and I'm not sure what else, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it. It's really strong, but really tasty. It's excellent. That's very tasty. I think I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this before I make a mess of myself here. It's got these crisp bits that you can see here, some green onion, a lot of cheese. I think there's even garlic in here, and it just tastes really, really good. Look at the cheesy goodness. Ooh, so good. It's interesting because I haven't seen this dish around at all. I think it's a variation of halushki, and as I said before, it's at this place at least it's mostly sweet, but this is a really interesting Slovak dish. It's very good. All right, and last bite, if I can get it. That was definitely really good. Pretty filling for even like the portion that it was. And heavy, but really good. Tasty. Well, that's going to conclude my trip to Trnava. I actually am already back in Bratislava now. I was on the train, and the train ride is actually so short between the two cities. that I got here very quickly. And yes, the train was the same style as the one that I came on. It was like a double-decker train, and I got up the stairs. So anyways, if you got this far in the video, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and got something out of it. These videos where I go visit the cities in Slovakia are just kind of meant to be a casual first impressions kind of thing for the cities in Slovakia. And I'm also planning to go a bit further in detail on each of these 8 cities to talk about things like, you know, what's like the cost of living, what are job opportunities, you know, things like that, like maybe education opportunities, things like that. But those I'll do in a separate video, because this is just, you know, we're just hanging out, we're just strolling through the city and seeing what it looks like and what's there. So if you enjoyed this video, it would really help out the channel if you can give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you look through my catalog of videos on my channel, you'll see, you know, vlogs and just other videos about Slovakia and my experience here as an American. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.